very good relationship with Binti and Ahmad. Today could be our last video, our relaxed video. Okay, first of all, can we introduce ourselves first? Start with Alif.
My name is Alif Bin Halim. I'm a matric solo 195852.
My name is Daniel bin Jasmi. My matrix number 199143.
My name is Ariff bin Ahmed. My matrix number is 196024.
My name is Nazrin bin Azamli. My matric number is 196121.
Okay, my name is Ahmed Darwish with Shariffuddin Shaik. My matric number is 197404.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Amirul azhar. Matric number 195842. Okay, my name is Nurul. My matric number 195914.
My name is Binti, matric number 196653. My name is Nurul Auni and my matric number is 195977. My name is Fahani Bin Osman. My matric number is 198075.
Our Binti is Alice in Wonderland, right? Yeah, so we'll start with character.
The first character in Alice in the Wonderland is Alice. She is highly intelligent and sophisticated and a great thinker for a 7.5-year-old child. Alice is extremely brave. She is not afraid to venture far out into new places or the unknown. She is also very determined to investigate anything curious that makes her wonder, and she may enjoy acting in a fancy fashion or much more older than she truly is to impress. But she is undeniable, a very curious little thing. The second character is Red Queen. She is the main antagonist in the film Alice in Wonderland. She has the appearance of a swollen head with heart-shaped red lock. She is often portrayed with black, red, and gold dresses. She appears wrinkled with a white painted face and blue eyes, shadow that extend to her brows with lush red lipstick. She is also seen as quiet, nasty, but not as harsh. She is very strict and a big paw. The third character is Malcolm. Melly appears as a female. She also has a secret love for the Mad Hatter, which may be the reason why she gives Alice such a sassy attitude. And the fourth one is the Dudu. The Dudu is one of the many animals that wash up from the pool of tears. He is the lead of the resistance against the Queen rules. However, he attacks Alice and Hatter as he wants the ring to kill.
So next is the Mad Hatter. As you can see in this movie, this character is very strange and absolutely crazy. However, the Mad Hatter is Alice's true friend because he always help Alice along the adventure, and he has been awaiting for her return. And Mad Hatter will do anything to set things right in the Wonderland again. Next is the White Queen. So in this movie, if you can see, the White Queen, which is Mirana, is one of the protagonist character, because you can see he want to get again the crown from the his older sister, which is the Red Queen, and even he has some of beauty and kindness, but also he has a darker side as well. And next is I think this is my favorite character, which is Chaser. I think it is a cat. So if you can see, this character in this movie is like very mystery because he can appear and disappear at will, and also we can't find that what this character, the real motive of this character in this movie. But however, it's still my favorite character. So the last one is Bayar. Bayar is a dog. You can see in this movie, he is the Red Queen is holding his family as a hostage. So Bayat must do her bidding. But however, Bayat have some of kindness characteristic because he is secretly loyal to Alice and do his best to help Alice along the journey. So that's character.
Next is summary. So I'm going to start first with the summary. The film begins with Alice follow a rabbit that is wearing a waistcoat to a tree. Alice falls through the rabbit hole and finds herself in a strange world where she is too big to find a bottle that is labeled with tag "Drink Me." Okay. She becomes small when she drinks it, and with a small cake she eats, she becomes big. She makes it out into Wonderland, where she is greeted by the white rabbit, dormouse, bird, and Tweedledum, and Tweedledee. They lead her to Absalom, as they believe she could be the Alice they are looking for to restore power to the White Queen. But Absalom doesn't believe she is the one in his profession. Alice attempts to wake up as she believes she is in a dream. But soon after, Bandersnatch, led by the name of Herd, begins to chase them all down. The Tweedledee and Tweedledum are plucked from the ground by the Jug bird and taken to the castle of the Red Queen. Here, the Red Queen learns of the prophecy of Alice defeating her Jabberwocky and the Knave of Hearts, and begins her pursuit to destroy Alice. Alice now meets the Cheshire Cat, who heals her wound and leads her to a tea party with the Mad Hatter. Okay. The Knave of Hearts arrives in search of Alice and threatens everyone with death if they are hiding her. The Knave Bloodhound sniffs out Alice, who has become even smaller and has been hidden by the Mad Hatter in the teapot. However, the Hatter is able to save Alice from being captured and killed by being taken away by the Knave instead. Once this occurs, Alice is set on helping Hatter and sets out to do so. She arrives at the Red Queen Citadel, where the Queen doesn't know who she is and welcomes her into palace. Okay, the next summary.
I will continue the next summary. Okay, at the Red Queen Palace, this is where Alice discovered that the Wolper's sword is locked in the den of Bandersnatch. The sword is what she needs to kill the Jabberwocky and restore power to the White Queen. The Knave of Hearts then comes on to Alice and the Red Queen. See this and become enraged with jealousy and orders Alice to be beheaded. But Alice is able to escape and retrieve the Wolper's sword from the Bandersnatch. As she gives it back, its eye that was taken out by Dormouse earlier. The Bandersnatch allow her to ride it, and she escaped the Red Queen castle, takes the sword to the White Queen. We learn that Alice has been to Wonderland before as a child. She hasn't been dreaming any of this. She has memories of Wonderland. She realized now that this is very real and her destiny is to kill the Jabberwocky. Absalom tells Alice that the Wolper's sword knows what it wants. All she has to do is hold on to it. The armies of the Red and White Queens meet on the battlefield for a final showdown, and the Jabberwocky is released, which Alice must finally face in order to save the kingdom from destruction by the Red Queen. Alice does battle with the Jabberwocky and is able to cut its head off. The White Queen then banished the Red Queen and the Knave of Hearts into exile, and the Knave attempts to kill the Red Queen, but Mad Hatter stopped him. The White Queen then gives Alice a vial of the Jabberwocky blood, which she is told will grant whatever she wishes. Alice wishes to go back to her life in England. Once she declined Hamish's proposal and decides to expand her father's shipping and trade route with his business partner. Lastly, she is last seen upon a ship heading out into the ocean. That's all. The summary of this movie, Alice in the Wonderland.
Excuse me. I need to. I'm very sorry to say that I need to go right now because I have some.
Why?
I need to take care of the GUC. You know.
Oh, you have a job.
Yeah, I have job to do. Okay, so
I will always
sorry guys.
I will support you. Good luck.
Thank you guys.
Okay, one of our friend is already gone. Okay, for me, I will talk about two settings. There's so much settings in movie that are interesting, but I will point a few things, a few settings that most important. And the first one is where at a garden when Alice get into the rabbit hole, then that's the place where Alice entered the place called Wonderland. And the second place that I want to talk about that were at Red Queen Palace, where the Red Queen hold all the captives, right? Hatter and the two prince and showbirds and so on, and all the Red Queen's men and soldiers and so on. And that's the place where Alice go and release all the captive, all the innocent one in the movie. And the third one is what the settings that I want to talk about is at the battleground. Yeah, the battleground. When Alice fighting the Jabberwocky, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Alice fighting Jabberwocky with the swords, and she cut the Jabberwocky's head, and take the purple blood to go back to the world, right? And that's the most important one. And the last one is like Bon said, the settings that on the ships when Alice follows her father's steps to become what we call sailors. It's not sailors. It's like something like sailors, and travel through the world to search a new land. And that's all for me. That's all the settings that I want to talk about. Thank you.
Okay, for the storyline, the story is about a young girl when she first visited the magical underland. There is another world, maybe. Yes, Alice Kingsley, a young girl, is now a teenager with no memory about the place, and then except in her dreams, she always dreams about the place, but she think that it's only in her dreams and it's not real. Okay, and then her life takes a turn for the unexpected when at a garden party where for her fiancé and herself, she spots a white rabbit trying to give hint to her and showing her the stopwatch and ask her to follow the rabbit. And after she ran to the to catch the rabbit, she suddenly fell into the hole where she goes into the underland to another world. And there's she reunited with her friends that she met when she was a young girl, and with the Mad Hatter, the Cheshire Cat, and more and others. So I think it's interesting. There is many interesting characters like the Cheshire cat, the cat who can disappear, who vanish, and the flying cat, and also there's a Tumbledee. What?
Yes.
Tumbledee, and they are twins. There are two twins. So I would like to highlight one scene that I like in the movie is when Mad Hatter supposed to be executed by the Red Queen. On the day that he should be executed, the blade gonna slice his head, and then suddenly he vanished, he disappeared, and his head is flying to the sky, the air, and then suddenly the Cheshire cat appears wearing that hat, and I think that's it's like magic to me. It's like I impressed that idea. I like the scene a lot, and that's all for me.
And I will explain about the storyline as well. And I choose the war when Alice fights the Jabberwocky. Jabberwocky is like a dragon or monster that very big. And during this fight, a catapult stone kills the Juk bird. And for a punishment for their crimes, the White Queen banishes the Red Queen and the Knave into the exile together. The Knave attempts to kill the Red Queen, yet the Hatter protects the Red Queen from his attack. After the Hatter performs a celebration dance called Fatterwaken, maybe just like their traditional dance, the White Queen gives Alice a vial of the Jabberwocky's purple blood. That function for the power will bring her whatever for her wishes. And Alice decides to rejoin the everyday world after saying farewell to her friend. That's short.
Okay, I will explain the memorable scene in Alice in the Wonderland, which is the first one is the mushroom can change the size of a person. For example, when Alice come across to the caterpillar who sit on the mushroom, the caterpillar give Alice a good valuable advice that by telling that the mushroom can change Alice's size whenever Alice want to grow larger or want to grow smaller. So when Alice consume the mushroom, she grow even bigger as a tree, and that very inspiring me. Another memorable scene in this movie would be the time in the Wonderland stop, and that is always 6 o'clock. In the house of March Hatter is treated. Alice is treated to the Mad tea party. So the present are March Hatter, Mad Hatter, and the Duchess. The Dermus. After that, when Alice is treated in a party, the time is always 6 o'clock, and it is stopped at there. And so, therefore, in the Wonderland, there is always tea time. Another memorable scene is the cat that like to grin, and when the cat telling Alice that everyone are made in this Wonderland, that is like very funny, and the character of the Cheshire cat also very funny because the cat can grin and disappear, reappear again with its grin. Okay, the fourth memorable scene in this movie would be the child. The child turns into a pig and trot off to the forest. In the house of Duchess, when Duchess and the cook have a bad battling, they are like very serious battling. After that, they like didn't concern the child that are nursing by the Duchess. Alice take the child over her, but the baby turns into the pig and trot off into the forest. That looks like very interesting. Okay, the last part of the memorable scene would be the cats in the Wonderland has life. The cats in the Wonderland By the time Alice grew even bigger and bigger, she refused to the bad logic in the Wonderland, and the blaster of the King and Queen of the Hearts. Suddenly, the cats all attack Alice, and at which point she wakes up from her dream. So this movie, I will recommend it to all age person to watch it because it can trigger people imagination and can relax their mind also. That's for me. That's all for me.
Okay, I will be talking about the moral values of this movie. So first of all is fighting injustice. So this story revolves around Alice and the underland citizens in their hope to fight Red Queen to bring back justice, because Red Queen she terrorizes the underland and its citizen. So the citizen of underland will work together in order to stop Red Queen and give White Queen her power back, so that justice can be restored. And the second moral value is working as a team. So based on the prophecy, Alice is the only one who can defeat the Jabberwocky. But the citizen of Underland didn't send Alice alone to fight Jabberwocky, but they worked together as a team and helped Alice in order to fight the Jabberwocky and defeat the Red Queen's army. After that is sacrificing oneself. As we can see, one example is the Mad Hatter. He sacrifices himself to save Alice, as he makes himself to be captured so that Alice will be free, so that she can continue with her mission in order to save Underland. Okay, the next moral value is helping a friend in need, such as the Cheshire Cat helping the Mad Hatter that was going to be executed, so that the Mad Hatter will be safe. And then the last I will talk about is being brave. As Alice, she fought Jabberwocky. At the last fight, she fought Jabberwocky by her own and succeeded in fighting the Jabberwocky. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, so for our final comment, I would like to say that Alice in Wonderland has a lot of things that happen. Okay, for me, it's really very interesting story and no gap for age. Since kids until adult can watch this movie, and this movie also have a lot of moral values, just like Ariff said just now. So we can learn this moral value from that movie. Okay, so this film was very interesting and not boring, so that we can enjoy watching this story from one plot to another plot. The audience seem to be invited to adventure with the Alice. Okay, so to me, the funniest scenes of the film is when Hattie hides Alice into a teapot, and also the scenes where Alice tries to sneak into the palace to look for a warper sword to kill Jabberwocky. And then when Alice finally agreed to represent the White Queen against the Jabberwocky. Okay, so for me, overall, this movie is worth to watch. So watch it.
Okay, that's all from us, and I'd like to thank all of you for your very great cooperation through our 6 videos together, and that's all that we're gonna do for our next video. This is our last video, and more than anything you want to say, Mo?
Yes, nothing to say much.
from us, and thank you.